In this video, I just want to go over the power cable that goes from the battery to the engine bay relay box. If your car sometimes doesn't start and you know that your battery is fully charged, you use battery tender, or the car starts, you drive it for a little bit. When the car gets hot or warm, there is a heat soak to this cable, and the car won't start. And then you jump start it, you will replace the battery, starter, alternator. It's a whole chain reaction, and at the end of the day, it could be the power cable. The power cable is very long. It goes from the front of the car all the way to the back. My car is a 91, so this is almost a 30-year-old cable, and it's a pain in the butt to replace. But I finally took the plunge and got around to do it. To replace the cable, you need to remove the fuel tank. Yes, the fuel tank has to go. There is no way around to get the cable. Just to show you how my cable looked, I drove the car back in the days daily. I drove in summer, winter, rain, snow. It was my daily, and it probably took a toll on this cable. If you look at this is real bad. So this is where the battery terminal was. I just cut it just to see how it looked inside, and I'm hoping to get a focus here. Maybe I can even zoom a little bit here. So as you see, this cable, it is like it would be on fire or something. And the car would start, it would run fine in the morning. Then after maybe half an hour, when I would stop, the car would not crank. And I thought it was the battery, and then I thought it's the starter, but at the end of the day, it was this cable. I'm gonna get under my car and show you which two bolts you cannot get to with the tank on. And some people will replace this with aftermarket. The only thing is you gotta re-crimp this area here, which is crimped by a hydraulic machine. So it's really hard to get this piece crimped like the original one was. So the best is to get someone that has a spare parts and get this cable. So this is the whole cable. It's pretty long. I also cut it here in the middle because I was curious. And as you see, hold on, let me zoom in. So this is how this cable looked. I tried to cut it like somewhere in the middle here, and it's hold on, here it is. So, I mean, it's 30 years old, so I wouldn't expect this to be nice and shiny inside, but it worked. It worked, and it just probably when it just heat soak, it just stopped working. Alrighty, so right now I'm under the car, and as you see, this is where the tank is. That's where the fuel lines go out, back there on top. Here we have the coolant hoses. This is where the cabin is. That's where the car, the rest of the car is. And here is the brake boost and hydraulic lines for the brakes. And the problem is that, so this is the power cable. The problem is that this is covered with this plate. With the tank on, you will not be able to unscrew these two screws. This is one, that's the other. Then there is this clip right there, and it goes on top of the coolant lines. So to remove it, you just pull pull it out of here, and there's enough clearance here to remove that jump terminal that is in the relay box. So you can pull it out here, you pull it down, and then out of here you fish it out the other side, and the whole cable will come out. But the whole problem is just to get to this area. You probably will be able to get to this bolt, but not to that one. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Once you get this fuel tank out, you just have to drain it. It's pretty light. When you drain the fuel, it's just messy. You'll have a fuel smell in the garage for a few days, but after it is put in, hopefully this is gonna fix the issue where I had when the car was warmed up, it would not want to crank. And I know the battery is good. I replaced the starter, replaced the alternator. The last thing to replace was the power cable. So hopefully this information helps somebody. Bye.